So this is my Formula 1 Hungarian Grand Prix review where we saw Norris pull off a masterclass in Hungary. Despite starting fourth and was struggling at start of the race, ended up doing a one stop while the others did a two stop. The one stop masterclass ended up working in the end for Norris, only just by the skin of his teeth. A couple more laps later, you probably would have thought Piastri would have got Norris, to be fair, in my opinion. So Norris winning the Grand Prix, massive statement for him to go back to 9 points behind Oscar Piastri, down into the non-summer break, and it's in the balance, isn't it? It is in the balance in terms of the title, the Formula 1 Drivers' Championship, because the remaining races of the season probably suit Lando Norris more, but Oscar Piastri does suit the heights of Azerbaijan and the sprint weekends as well. So it's going to be close, people. It's going to be close. Oscar Piastri almost TI'd into Lando Norris. I think it was 2 laps remaining where he locked up, turning into turn 1. So I think a tearson's going to happen there at some point between the two of them, because that's 2 times now Oscar Piastri has done that, and Norris has done the same as well to Oscar Piastri, obviously in Canada, which obviously failed for Lando Norris, which suffered a DNF for Lando Norris as well. So the tearson's going to happen at some point between the two of them. It's normal, isn't it? It's normal though. They're both fighting for the first title, the first Drivers' Championship. Norris has kind of had experience of it before last season, hasn't he? Has had experience of it last season, but I don't think it was the same, let's be real, because Verstappen was still way ahead of Norris, despite Norris had a dud second half of the season, which is why people will favour Lando Norris to win the title, because he was strong at the second half of last season. He's expected to be strong here. But again, it's 50-50. Just, I don't want to call it. It's legendary stuff, ain't it? 2 drivers battling for the first title as well. A lot of people think Lando Norris has done that favoured because he is probably seen as the golden boy at McLaren. Hope he doesn't come down to that, where someone that's favoured. Because at the moment, no one has been favoured. It's been 50-50 between the two of them, in my opinion. So obviously, a bit suspicious that Oscar Piastri had to be on a 2-stop strategy while Norris was given the 1 stop. But end of the day, Piastri could have easily said something to them, saying, I want to be on a 1 stop. So I think Piastri had a good weekend still. It's not really one of his great. So I know he won here last season, but he was gifted that win last season, to be honest with you. He was quicker than Norris last season, but yes, be real, Norris should still be given that win, in my opinion. But it was definitely the win, Piastri. So it's redemption for Norris, isn't it, in Hungary after what happened last season. So still 50-50. I don't think Piastri was ever strong the whole weekend, was he? Let's be real. He was better than Norris in qualifying, of course, but he struggled to get past Charles Leclerc for 2/3 of the race. Charles Russell ended up finishing 3rd, all thanks to Ferrari fucking up Charles Leclerc's strategy. I actually have sympathy for Charles Leclerc this race, because he was competing well against the McLarens when the conditions were more cooler. That's how Charles Leclerc did well, because the conditions were more cooler. If it was wet hot, then McLaren would have just won away with it, to be honest with you. But Ferrari, shock horror, Ferrari fucking up a driver's team strategy once again. Imagine my shock. So I do feel sorry for Charles Leclerc, to be honest with you. But he ended up finishing 4th. Russell, solid race from him, then on the podium. A solid weekend for Aston Martin, who are preparing for next season, by the way, but a good step forward from them. Both drivers then in the points. Alonso, solid operator as always. Bortoletto, great weekend for him in the Sauber. Coming up leaps and bounds, isn't he, in that Sauber, Dario Bortoletto, who finishes just behind his mentor, Fernando Alonso, of course. Of course, the improvement continues for Jim Lawson as well. He's consistently getting the points now in the racing bulls, which is probably his level, isn't it? I don't think Red Bull was ever his level. Max Verstappen had a bad weekend. Just had a bad weekend all over. So it was more damage imitation for Max Verstappen in the weights. He ended up finishing 9th. Had a bit of a tearson with Lewis Hamilton. It wasn't weird tearson, to be honest with you. We saw it from a different angle. Basically, Max Verstappen's nose was in front and Lewis Hamilton just went wide. That's what happened where Hamilton just went wide, to be honest with you. Kimi Antonelli, after a bad qualifying, Kimi Antonelli managed to step himself in the points, so still a good race from him, despite a poor qualifying and with how difficult it is around Hungary as well. So I think Antonelli deserves praise as well. Lewis Hamilton, the T driver, finishing outside the points, got knocked out in qualifying too. And yes, be real, he's washed people. I told people this. I told people Lewis Hamilton's washed. Ferrari made a big mistake done for Lewis Hamilton over Adrian Newey. I even said it back then. You should be done for Newey over Hamilton. Hamilton's head's not in it anymore. Let's be real. Hamilton's head's not in it anymore, especially with his comments after the race as well, calling himself useless and all that. He's lost his head. Let's be real. He has lost his head. And karma's a bit. I'm afraid, Hamilton. Karma's a bit. Because be careful what you wish for. Oh yeah, I can go to Ferrari because I'll have the car. The most overrated world champion in F1 history. Oh, he's got 7 titles, same as Schumacher. Yeah, but Schumacher actually won titles without having a quickest car. He won the title in Benetton. Michael Schumacher, for God's sake. Who cares if he took out Damon Hill? Who cares? Do what you can to win. All Lewis Hamilton's title wins, apart from 2008, he's needed the most dominant car. Why do you think he's always mourning about the car? Max Verstappen has had 2. Alonso won 2 of his titles not having the quickest car. Max Verstappen's won 2 of his titles not having the quickest car. So, to be honest with you, I can't wait for Lewis Hamilton to leave F1. Sick of his constant mourning. I respect his achievements, don't get me wrong. 7-time world champion. But let's be real. He's had the most dominant car for most of his title wins. In my opinion, he's overrated. An overrated world champion. He couldn't use Senna's boots, Hamilton. He couldn't use Prost's boots. He couldn't use Schumacher's boots. He couldn't use any of them boots, in my opinion. But this is what the constructors stands in. Well, there's no point about the constructors. McLaren have already won it. They won it at the start of the season. But they are the constructors standings. As for the driver standings, obviously, like I said earlier, 9 points between Piastri and Norris in the title race, done into the summer break, with 10 races remaining. It's done beyond stretch now, isn't it? There's more twists. There's already been twists and turns already in this legendary title race. There's going to be more twists and turns, more momentum swings to come as well. I think it's done to the last race. I really do. I really do think it's done to the final race of the season. And I do feel it is going to be close as well in the point stop as well. Come the end of the season, it's going to be so close in my opinion. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below on the Hungarian Grand Prix down below in the comments. And I'll see you all for the next F1 predictions, which will be in a couple of weeks' time with this summer break. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below as Norris closes the gap back down to 9 points on Aston Piastri with a one-stop masterclass redemption in Hungary for Norris.